Evening all, Louise here, and welcome to another episode of Straighten Your Crown Tarot. Right, before I start, I have a massive thank you to send to Val, who has sent me this lovely book from my Amazon wish list. It's absolutely marvellous. Horses are my favourite animal, and I love working with them, particularly with Reiki. Anyway, that's enough about me. I believe I've got about 59 members now, so woohoo, thank you very much. And for those of you who haven't catch the last couple of announcements, members only, 7 p.m, Sunday night live. So that's where I'll be on Sunday night waiting for you all to show up. Let's just hope that YouTube's system doesn't break like last time. So here we are. So this reading is about Marine Le Pen. Now, she has just been banned from running for presidency for 5 years. France has an election in October 27, I believe, and she's been sentenced to 4 years imprisonment. 2 years of those are suspended. The other remaining two will be on tag. She does have a number 2 person who actually is a very young man. He's called Jordan Bordello, I believe, but he's only 29. And she basically stormed out of the court before sentence was announced. She's called it a nuclear bomb, but she said she won't let the election be stolen from the French. And also, 42% of the French population want her to run. So she is incredibly popular. Her father was a far right, like a National Front type leader, way back, but she sort of cleaned that side of things up. Why I want to look at Marine Le Pen and where that's going for France is because it seems to be a theme through Europe. We've got the ADF in Germany. There've been some manoeuvrings to get them out of the way. Then we've got Marine Le Pen, Trump-style manoeuvrings to get her out of the way, in my opinion. And I wouldn't put it past Keir Starmer to be doing exactly the same thing with anybody who opposes him. There seems to be... See, the thing is with authoritarian, dictatorial type leaders, they do tend to imprison the opposition or render them incapable of running. So it's a bit of a worrying theme. So I just wanted to have a little look at what's going to happen. There's another 2 years before the French general election. Macron is not very popular at all. And I believe a lot of French people are walking around France with T-shirts on that say, Je suis Marine, means I am Marine, just like people were walking around with T-shirts saying, I am Tommy. So make of that what you will. She is seen as the person who can reverse the issues within France, and no one else seems capable of doing that. It is she is guilty. There is some guilt around this embezzlement accusation. Well, this conviction now. It's some confusion over EU funds. The EU funds was for the party within the European Union, and apparently those funds were used for her party. But bearing in mind, Ursula von der Leyen is under investigation for a €350 billion scam to do with the recent medical intervention. What Marine Le Pen's got 4 years for is really small fry. So that's my spiel over and done with. Why have I got a dog hair on my tablecloth? The cards I'm using are the Tarot of Mystical Moments by Katrin Belz Stein. People have asked me about this. often because the illustrations are really lovely. If you are thinking of getting these cards at all, the only thing that I would say about the cards is when you first get them, they are very, very sharp. So they take some wearing. And the oracle cards are the Astro Codes, Star Codes Astro by Heather Rowan Robbins. They're a nice cardstock. Good thick cardstock, but not sharp. Right, let's have a look. Marine Le Pen. Oh, these cards have been shuffled within an inch of their lives. I only shuffle while my phone camera is on, so people know I haven't stacked the cards in any particular way. So let's have a look. This conviction of Marine Le Pen, and what does that mean for Europe? I know that she is being backed up by two major leaders. One of them is Putin, which probably won't be helpful for her, and the other one is Viktor Orban in Hungary, who, well, he says a lot, doesn't he? We've got the Hanged Man. Oh, right, come on, Hanged Man. King of Swords. Oh, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. Hangman, King of Swords. Seven of Cups, right. Okay. I think I know where we're going with this one now. Two of Swords. I've been seeing this Two of Swords. I've been shuffling these cards and this Two of Swords been showing itself to me all the while, and now I've got the shivers, so I know that's Two of Swords is definitely meant to be on this table. First of all, we've got the Hanged Man. If we're looking at Marine Le Pen, she is now in limbo. But if you look very carefully at this card, this person that's hanging upside down, this Hanged Man, has got a zip attached to the foot. And as the weight is bringing the zip open, it's revealing other things: blue sky, clarity, information. So although this isn't the bog standard definition of the Rider-Waite Hanged Man or any other Hanged Man, in this Hanged Man I'm seeing that she is in limbo. She's waiting to reveal all. She's got information. She's definitely got information. At the moment, she can't do anything about it. But as the weight of the charges start to drop, she's going to come out fighting. Like I say, she called it like a nuclear bomb. And she's definitely coming out fighting, particularly with this King of Swords here. Now, the King of Swords is often a warrior, a general. There are two King of Swords in this deck, by the way. So you would have seen the King of Swords, the Samurai King of Swords, with the bird eye over the eye of the soldier. It's the same card. It's just the feminine aspect of the King of Swords. So, and she's a warrior. So she's showing up as the Hanged Man and the King of Swords. So she's in limbo. She's sort of having to sit back a bit. She is going to come out fighting in all her glory, though. And people who are sword-like in characteristic tend to be very succinct, straight to the point, not bothered if it hurts your feelings type of person. Basically, it tell it like it is kind of person. But she's going to do it in a feminine way, not a masculine warrior-like way. She's going to do it. I think she's going to play with a few minds, definitely. Which is going to cause confusion. The Seven of Cups is confusion. They don't know which way to go with Marine Le Pen. She's been sentenced. The French are very unhappy about that. several, like I say, there are world leaders, several country leaders that are very unhappy about that. That could have a knock on for France. France and the French leadership, shall I say, are going to have to start making a choice, and they're going to find that very, very difficult. They're going to be met with quite a bit of confusion here. They're going to be quite confused in their messaging, and they're going to have to make a decision. And the Two of Swords is about making a decision. But the warning with that decision is that it could be a woolly-headed decision. If you look at this Two of Swords, they've got a bird's nest for a hat on the head. I'm seeing that as making a woolly decision, a confused and not very well thought out decision. There's other things going off in this head here to be dealing with what Marine Le Pen's going to be coming out with at some point. She's definitely coming out fighting, and she's definitely causing her peers some confusion, and they're not going to know which way they need to play it. Then we've got the Three of Swords. One, Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. Right. So, while she's hanging on, waiting to come out fighting, there's quite a lot of heartbreak here for Marine Le Pen. She did say that this would be the last time that she would run. So it feels very much like this whole presidency in 2027 swings in the balance. I think she feels her opportunity has now been taken from her. But what happens when your heart's broken? You either sit in a corner and you cry, or you come out fighting. She's coming out fighting. She's very damaged by that. She's a little bit, I would say, emotionally upset by it all. Very much so. Definitely. She's very upset by it all. And I think a lot of French people are very upset by it all as well, because I think a lot of them, 42% in fact, were hoping that by 2027 she would run and she would be the majority party, because France is proportional representation, and I don't think they've had overall party leadership in a long, long time. That's the downside of proportional representation. There's never any one clear party in charge. I think the French people were hoping that she was going to, be the next number one in 2027 and start growing a pair and getting on with stuff. A little bit like Maloney, but Maloney is also a WEF person, so don't put all your hopes and dreams on Maloney either, because there's only so far she's going to go with that. So then we've got this King of Swords doing some mental gymnastics with the people in charge right now, sending them into confusion, because they've locked her out of the garden. She's locked out. She may well remain locked out for the time being. The Four of Pentacles is keeping hold of what you've got and locking everybody else out. She's holding on to this dream of, if you look, this woman's got the house close to her heart. The Four of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite is the man sat down. He's got a pentacle under each foot. He's got a pentacle at his heart and one on his head, above his head. This is the same card. We can read it the same, but I'm seeing that as she's locked out, but she's also locking others out at the same time. What I mean by that is, when she starts creating, I'm not even seeing this as a fuss. She's not creating a fuss here. She's doing it in a very intelligent way, and she's going to cause, right now she's not, She's going to cause real confusion to the powers that be because they just don't know which way to go. She is unpredictable and they don't know which way she's going to go next. She's also got information that she hasn't released yet, but she's going to do that in little bits until she's got them where she wants them, confused and unable to make a decision. So although they've locked her out of the garden, her plan is to reverse the entire thing and lock them out of the garden and keep hold of her position. This is what I'm seeing that as. That's the plan, it seems to be. So we've got these powers that be reeling, don't know which way to turn, can't make a decision, and when they do make decisions, they're quite woolly-headed. Trying to make a plan. They're trying to make a plan, but it's confused. But they are trying to make some sort of plan. I think they're trying to make that plan now before it becomes confused. Possibly, they're going to try and preempt what her next moves. And so that plan would be to negate her next moves, I would say, with that. But let's have a look at what comes out next. So that's that. She's upset. People in France are upset. I mean, 42% is huge, isn't it? If 42% of the population want someone to run. If you look at our figures, we've got like Reform and Labour and Tories in the 20s percentage points. They're wanting her, 40% of the population. So it's a huge percentage. We've got this pissing fool again. Okay. We've got the fool. She's starting again. She's going back to the beginning and she's starting again, and that's her intention. Then we've got the Three of Cups. So with this, she's upset. She's keeping hold of her stuff. But even though they're locking her out, she's keeping hold of stuff. She's going to start and lock them out. She's starting again. She's going to start again. Possibly, even if the for a 5-year suspension from running for president, even though that may stand, she can still be an MP now. She just can't run for president. Isn't that strange? But she's going to start again, and she's got 2 years to gather momentum. I think she's going to gather some people around her, and the reason why I'm saying that is because we've got the Three of Cups, a celebration. She's going to gather like-minded people. She's going to have some fun with this. Yeah, she's gathering her people around her. She can't run for president. It doesn't mean that Jordan Bordello can't run for president instead of her in 2027. Hopefully we'll find somebody a little bit older with a bit more experience, because he's only 29. I mean, that's wet behind the ear. I've got a daughter that's 29. The thought of her running for president, oh my God, it strikes fear in my body and my heart. So yeah, she's gathering people together. She's starting again from scratch. And you know that saying's just popped into my head. You know that saying that you say, well, I wish I was 21 and know what I know now. It's that scenario. I wish I could start again from scratch and know what I know now. Only this time, she already knows what she knows now. She's taking that forward. She's starting again. There's nothing stopping this woman as far as these cards are concerned right now. Nothing stopping her. And then we've got the Page of Pentacles. Pages and messengers. And it's weird that this, I'd say it was a fairy, has got the watering can behind her on the wrong side, unable to water the flower. I think because this is Pentacles, I think she might, money is the Achilles heel here with Marine Le Pen. I would say that money is the Achilles heel. So is she going to start again? Yeah, she definitely is, but she needs to be watching every penny that goes in and out of the party's coffers. Any penny that's donated to her, she's going to have to be completely transparent, because this messenger is saying with this card to me today, get your priorities right. You can't water the flower unless you've got the watering can pointed in the right direction. So if she gets her priorities right, then what's the outcome for Marine Le Pen? We have King of Cups. King of Cups. This is bringing the ships safely into shore. Yeah, she's going to be successful. King of Cups is emotional. It's intelligent. It's emotional. It's altruistic. It's a loving family man. Yes, I know it's a female. But this king is overseeing and nurturing, getting safely past the finish line. So I think she's going to be successful, possibly not as president of France, but she'll do it by proxy if not. But she's coming out fighting. She's got stuff she's got to say, and when she says it, she's gonna send them reeling into confusion. She's upset. The French people are upset. She's keeping all the stuff, and she is starting again. But they say a week is a long time in politics. There's 2 years to go. Who knows what's going to happen in 2 years? And Macron is not popular and hasn't been for a long time. I think he's only stayed in his little authoritarian seat by the skin of his teeth. I don't know. His time would be best spent up Keir Starmer's arse, because they tend to love each other a bit much, don't they? But he's not popular, and he's not staying. So I'm saying he's not staying. Who knows? We've only got to massage a few more people out of the limelight, and you never know, do you? That's the worrying thing with me, is the trend of locking up or criminalising your opponents. Coming to a country near you. Too many. That's what it feels like. That's what worries me. That Starmer's going to take a look at that and think, oh, that's a good idea. And with his majority, there's a sod all anybody can do about it. We've got Descendant, Invitation, number 37. Number 37. Descendant. Look at how you invite others to dance with you, to relate. Be welcoming while also keeping healthy boundaries in place. Once you feel comfortable about your ground rules for the people you bring into your life, it's easier to open your heart. If you notice that you keep people at a distance or avoid meeting new people, investigate this habit. Though it might have been important to protect you at one time in your life, consider how it is working for you now and what would help you feel safe enough to open this door. You give your power away then. Instead of working together, you ask others to be what is missing in yourself. Right. So I think that's basically saying, for Marine Le Pen, don't give your power away, because there's nothing missing in herself. But there is a caution, and the caution is money. That's her Achilles heel. Definitely. But don't be giving your power away, Marine. Keep on keeping on. So that's your reading. Marine Le Pen. Convicted of embezzlement. And who do you think's next? Who knows? Anyway, I'm off and I'll see you later. Take care. Ta-ra!